Hey everyone, hope your winter is going well. Mine's going pretty great. It's warming up now, so I got to do a little bit of training this morning. I didn't vlog that, but I will be going to a jam later today in Salt Lake, and I'll see what I can film from that, just have some fun. But anyways, to the matter of this vlog, when I'm filming it, is this is a Q&A vlog. With these vlogs, I just take a random question that I've come across on videos or Instagram or posts and pick a question that I feel like is relevant, and then I answer it to the best of my capabilities, whether it's a personal opinion or whether it's just kind of knowledge when it comes to parkour. And in this case, it's about competition, or more specifically, the Red Bull Art of Motion. So I have seen a question, or actually I've seen it multiple times, people telling me that I should audition for and compete in the Red Bull Art of Motion, and then a specific question asking why I haven't done it yet or if I'm going to do it. And so I figured I'd answer that question and my thoughts on it. Now, the thing is, for questions like these, I feel like there's no set in stone answer. Like, it's kind of, things can always change and who knows what the future holds. So about 2 years ago, I actually did submit, or actually it was back in 2014, I actually did submit an audition for the Art of Motion, and I didn't make it, which was fine. I was kind of late submitting the video. I didn't necessarily expect to get accepted to compete. So I did try out once for it, and I didn't this year, mostly because one of the things that's held me back from doing the Red Bull Art of Motion is that, one, I'm not a big competitive person myself. I grew up doing ball sports and competitive sports. My dad is a very competitive athlete, but for me that's just wasn't something I was passionate about. I kind of fell out of those types of sports and got into skateboarding and eventually found parkour, and that's what I've stuck with. And so for me, I've never been a competitive person. I have done like very small local competitions in the past, but it was purely just because I was invited and I did it for fun. It wasn't like I was trying to prove anything or accomplish anything from it. And so and personally, even those types of competitions, aren't something that I enjoy the most from my movement. It is fun meeting people and traveling and doing those things, and that was the main reason I auditioned for the Red Bull Art of Motion, is because it seems like an awesome opportunity to go out there to Santorini, Greece, and meet up with all those amazing athletes and then just do an awesome run, and I'm sure that's what most of the guys there are there for. I know some people are more competitive and they're there to win and do those things, and that's fine too. If that's, what you're passionate about, that's cool, as long as you can be cool with everyone and friendly. I think friendly competition can be very helpful for people to push themselves and progress themselves. I think it's when you put your whole soul and kind of self-esteem on the competition that if you don't win or you don't do a certain point, that it affects your integrity, it affects how you feel about yourself. That's when I think it's a little bit too much. But definitely being able to set goals to improve yourself and have that kind of competition against yourself and your past self to improve yourself and constantly progress, I'm all about that. And I don't have anything against competition. I'm just not a competitive person myself, and so I've never been interested in those types of events for the competition. So that's kind of a long-winded answer. In other words, I'm not completely against them, where I'd be willing to do them for the experience or the exposure, or to just get out there and meet people and go to a cool new place. And I know that's what a lot of people do them for, but also I just I kind of have a resilience to it, because I just don't like the idea of competing in an actual competition. I'd rather just go and train and jam with a bunch of friends. And so yeah, that's kind of my feelings on it. That's also why I've very much taken the film route with my parkour career, is because it becomes more of an artistic expression. It's something I create, and it's a way I entertain versus competing and trying to be the best. At one point, when I first started parkour, and after a couple years of doing it, that was probably a dream of mine, was like, oh, maybe one day I could be the best, you know. Not that that was my sole intention, but I think just being a teenager, you know, we always have these dreams or goals. Before I got into parkour, I wanted to be a professional skateboarder, and then I wanted to do parkour professionally. And then as I kind of got older, I realized my nature isn't to be competitive, and so I realized that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do parkour for myself and for the entertainment, for the creativity that's required in film and parkour and together creating works of art. And that's what I enjoy the most. That's what I have the most fun doing as far as a career in parkour goes. So you may see me in the future one day competing in the art of motion. I may not, you know, it's something that I'm just gonna play year by year. If I feel like auditioning for it, then maybe I'll do it. If I don't, then I won't. That's just kind of how I roll. That's if I can even get accepted though, because some of the guys every year who I see are just getting better and better and more amazing, and it's crazy to try and keep up with all the madness and the crazy tricks that guys are throwing down these days. And it's not that I don't want to be able to do those things, but everyone progresses at their own rate, and I definitely have my own rate that I progress at, and it's not worth me trying to push myself to do tricks that I feel are too dangerous for me at this moment in time until I'm at that level that I can actually train them safely and do them outside. And so that's kind of where I'm at with that sort of progression. Anyways, I just figured I'd elaborate on my feelings and thoughts on competition in general and the art of motion. I think it's a cool opportunity and experience if people have that opportunity to go there and be a part of that event. But at this point, I haven't been, and I don't know if I will be. It's the future of my road is undecided, and just play every year, year by year, live in the moment, and just enjoy what I'm currently doing and set goals for what I want to accomplish. And right now, that's not necessarily on that list. So there you go. Let me know in the comments what other questions you guys have that I can elaborate on and answer in future vlogs. But I appreciate all your support and watching this video. Also, just as a heads up, I'm going to be doing more with my shirts again. I know it's been a while since I've done anything there. I'm going to be updating them and going to be releasing some sweatpants and things like that. So keep an eye out for those things because they're going to be awesome. So thanks for watching this video, and be sure to subscribe and have fun training.